This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good evening, team, in this Microsoft Fabric Master Program. So in today's session, we will talk about how to filter the files using the data pipelines. Okay, so let me explain to you the scenario. So we will learn today copy all files except some files from the data lake storage to the lakehouse. It is nothing but a how to filter the files using the data pipeline. Meaning, let me explain to you the scenario to give you the more clarity. Okay, I have a folder with a India, US, Australia, UK and so on country files with a below naming convention. Okay, so like file name is country underscore state underscore custard.csv. Okay, meaning India, Telangana, custard.csv, India, Maharashtra, custard.csv, India, Karnataka, custard.csv, like that. Similarly, maybe if it is a product, India, like India, maybe you can say Tamil Nadu prod.csv, something like that. You have the file. Now, what we wanted to do is, team, I want to copy all files except Australia files. I want to copy all files from the uh, source folder to the lakehouse. That is nothing but all files I want to copy from data lake to the lakehouse, but except a Australia country, I want to copy all other country files. Now let me ask you how you will develop the pipelines to achieve this. How you will develop the pipeline to achieve this particular scenario with the knowledge that you have currently. Please tell me, Tim. With the current knowledge, please tell me if yes. Don't be silent, Tim. Will you be able to guess it? Sam, Manoj,
We need to
anybody?
write a script to identify the like operator to get this containing AES files.
No, no, I did not get you. Can you repeat again?
We may not be write a script. Okay, if there is any logic customized to filter these Australia files.
Script? No, you can't write the script because it's a data pipeline, right? What script you are saying? What script you need to write?
Like any Python script or script, any other files we can.
No, no, no. See, we are currently working on the Fabric Data Factory. Like we are talking about the data pipeline. You are going to the Python and all. If you are going for the Python and all, why we will explain this here? This is we are talking about the data pipeline. I clearly told in the title of today's session also. I want to filter out the files using the data pipeline. Manoj, any guesses?
Using if else statement activity.
Using what?
If else activity.
Else activity? No. At least from you people, what I expected is, I thought you will give some kind of a prefix option. Did we discuss or not? Prefix, wildcard file option. Did we discuss those things or not? We discussed or not?
Wildcard, yes. We discussed.
We discussed, right? So normally, let's say if I have four countries data, right? India, US, Australia, UK.
Is active.
Maybe
Is active.
currently hold on. That is fine, Tim. Just be in mute. Let me explain to you. So let's think of like this: India, US, Australia, UK. There are four country files I have in a data lake. Now I don't want Australia files. I want all other files from the data lake. I want to copy into Lakehouse. One way what you can do is you can use a three different copy activities, and in each copy activity source side you can use a prefix is India, meaning first copy activity I'll give the prefix is India so that all India files will be copied. In second copy activity, I can use US as a prefix so that all US files will be copied. In the third copy activity, I can use something called UK prefix to copy UK files. Like this, you can able to copy the files using the prefix. But this scenario is not as suitable because if you have a 2 or 3 countries, it is fine. But if you have a 10, 15 countries of data, but I want to filter out for only one country, meaning except 1 or 2 countries, I want all other files. How you can do it? So that is what we want to achieve it today. I expected this at least we will tell using multiple copy activities. Each copy activity you will use for one country to copy the data into lakehouse from data lake. But I don't see anybody's went in that approach. That is fine. But I'll tell you, we are not going in using the multiple copy activities also. So let me tell you what we are going to do. Okay, let me show you the design of the pipeline. First, I'll be using a get metadata activity. Remember, the get metadata activity is used to get the metadata information. What is metadata? If you take an example of a movie, so within a movie, like you have a director, producer, cameraman, hero, heroine, and so on, right? Many people will be there. That is the like people information is a metadata, and movie release date is a metadata. Movie like release date is a metadata, right? um, Movie release date. What else? Movie runtime, right? Movie how many days it played in the theaters, that is also you can able to keep it as a metadata. And when the movie is released, right, in a different format it will be released, mp4, right, different formats. The format is a the format you can consider as a metadata, and the size of that particular file, movie file, that is a metadata. Similarly, if you consider a metadata about a particular file, file size, file when it is updated, extension, right? So all these file name, all these are the metadata. When this particular file modified last time, so right, so these all things you can consider as a metadata. To get such type of information, we will be using the get metadata activity. So in our example today, this get metadata activity we will be using to get a all the files that we have in the storage. We will be listing down all those files using this get metadata activity. It will get all file details. After once I get all these file details, I'll be passing all of them to the filter activity. What filter activity does is it will be filtering out Australia records. Except Australia records, it will give you all the records. You take all the records except Australia. You can pass it to the for each activity like this by using activity of filter.output.value. Then you can inside for each you can use copy activity to copy data from ADLS to Lakehouse, which copies except Australia files. All other files will be given to the for each. For each will give those files to the copy activity. Copy activity will copy all these files from ADLS to Lakehouse. Okay. This is how we will be developing the data pipeline. Now, items used is basically pipelines we will use and lakehouse we will use. Along with these two, lakehouse is our destination. Pipeline we will be using for data ingestion, and source is a data lake that I'll create from the Azure portal. Okay, let's start team. So let me first log in into the portal.azure.com to create a data lake storage. Login. So as you know, to create a data lake, you need to go to storage accounts. Then click create a storage account. Subscription is this resource group. Okay. So resource group, you can say cloud pandit-org. Okay. And storage account name, remember cloud pandit dev blah. Sorry, this is a storage account, right? I'll say cloud pandit dev source adls. Okay, dev source adls. So when you will say this is a data lake, as you know, go to, sorry, so within the basics, once you provide, 1 second, let it validate. If you create like this, it will create a blob storage. Okay, you can see here I have subscription, this is group, storage account name I have given. Don't click review plus create, click next. Here in advanced tab, come down, you can see here hierarchical namespace. Why I need to enable this? You can see hierarchical namespace complemented by data lake storage end-to-end point. It enables file and directory semantic, accelerates big data analytics workloads, and enables access control list. So you need to check this to get the ACLs. Okay, once you get this, then click review plus create. Create it. Okay, Cloud Pandit, Dev Source ADLS, Dev SRC ADLS. Okay, Tim. Okay, fine. Now once this is created, source ADLS. Okay, let's go to source ADLS. Let's go to containers. Then click container. You can see carefully here. I am creating a global container because under global container, globally all country data will be there in this. Okay, under global, I'll upload all my files. So for this, what we will do is, let me do one thing. Okay, so I'll go to documents. Maybe let me do one thing. Fabric. Okay, yeah. So here let me just do one thing. I'll create a multiple, because I have, this is a scenario that we have executed there in the project. I'm trying to create it here. Okay, let's say I'm taking all the CSV files. Now let's move on to the document. Within the document here, I'll be keeping all these files. Okay, so now you can see, now I'll be changing these things. Okay, something like this. US. So now you can right click on this and say US underscore ABC state underscore custard.csv. Okay, next, you should wait, this system is not working. India slash, okay, Karnataka underscore prod.csv, something like this. Okay, next we have australia.xyz underscore trans. Okay, no need to give .csv because extension will be there as a .csv. Next, UK. Okay, UK underscore, okay, A underscore orders. Next, maybe India underscore Telangana underscore. Okay, so what else you can say is, you can say employee.cs. Okay, like this you can say I have Australia, India, UK, US, all countries data. Now let's upload all these 5 files to the storage. It should be Mm, Now I am uploading all the files from here to here. Now we are good with our source team. We are good with our source. You can see in our source I have the different files. Now come here. Okay. Now let's go inside the data factory section, the data factory express. Okay. So now data factory experience. Okay. So under data factory experience, now within the workspace, you can click on the new workspace. Let's create a workspace as my workspace and apply this. So under this my workspace, you can create our destination, that is nothing but a lake house. Just click on lake house. Just wait. Okay. So lake house is our destination. So I'll say Cloud Pandit sync lake house 00. Create. Okay. Cloud Pandit sync lakehouse 001 we have created. I am not going to take any of these files. Okay. Remember, I am not going to create any folder structure or anything. Everything I'll create it through the data pipeline. So let's go back to my workspace. Now click on this. Click on the data pipeline. Here for data ingestion. Create. Okay. So within this pipeline, there is a lot of interesting stuff will be there. Very careful observe this. Okay. The first activity that we need to use get metadata activity. So here you can see get metadata. Click on this. So what is the use of this get metadata? How we want it to use? We want to use this get metadata activity to get all the files that we have in the data lake global folder. So that's why click on settings. So data lake is within workspace or outside? It is external. So click new. So you need to say data lake storage gen 2. Select this. Put the URL. Okay. How to get the endpoint is go back, come down, endpoints. Primary endpoint is this. Copy this. Okay. Put that here. And the connection name I will be saying LS for ADLS. And is it the organization or based on account key? So I want to log in with account key. Go to access keys, copy this key, put this particular account key, create. One second, you need to give the global also. Try to give the global, which is our file system container. Click OK. Specified container does not exist. Oh, sorry. See here, it is blob is coming. Okay, that is the problem. Now go to endpoints once again. Why blob is coming? Okay. 1 second. Here you can see data lake storage primary endpoint. Please consider this. Okay, very careful while copying. Once you copy this, give it here. Okay, and you can say this is for LS for ADLS updated, and you need to give account key now. So let me paste the account key here. Go back to ADLS, access key, copy this key, and keep that key here. Okay, so very careful team. By mistake I have copied the blob connection, that's why it is throwing error. Now we are successfully able to connect. Now you can browse it, select a global container, click OK. So what we wanted to achieve it from this is field list. I want a child items. Child items is nothing but a files that we have in this global. Let's run it and see how it is returning this. So now we can see, so output of this, if you see child items, okay, how to get all these details, output dot child items, okay, copy this and keep it here. 1 second, keep it here, team. You can see now child items, this is the name, this is the name, this is the name, okay. Now what we wanted to do, come here, close this. Now get metadata. Next unit is a for each activity, okay. Go to activities, so just click on the for each, oh sorry, it is if activity, click on this. What we want to do, team, next, not for each, right, because I have these
Filter.
files. We need a filter activity, very good. So one way is you can search it here. If you are not able to find any activity that you are looking for, what you can do is click on more activities and you can search it here, filter, it will come. Click on this. Now you can put it like this, okay. Now how to pass this get method output to this for filter is, first you need to pass all the items here. All the items means get metadata output dot child items I will be passing here. From this, what do you want? What do you want? I want the files except Australia. So that's why I'll say here starts with, okay, meaning, so for example, if you see within this item, sorry, within the child item, this is called a one item. Within this item, if I want to take a file name, how to take item dot name, okay. So remember, that's why you need to say item dot name. I'm asking whether this item dot name is starting with Australia. If it is starting with Australia, okay, if it is starting with Australia, okay, starts with Australia means not means if it will return true, right? If the file name is matching with Australia means it will return true. So if this is a true means I am overall making it as a false. What it does is except Australia files, all other files it will give. Let's see now. Now home, save and run. Let's see now filter output, how it will look like. Okay. So filter output, if you see here, items passed is 5, but filtered count is 4, meaning India, UK, US you got, but you did not get the Australia file. Okay. Now this particular value, meaning output dot value, I need to pass it to which activity? For each activity for the iteration. Click on this. Now let's pass this filter output to the for each. Sequential, add dynamic content. Now let's say get metadata dot output dot, no, filter output we need to take, right? Filter output, filter dot output dot value, correct? Filter dot output dot value. If anybody is not clear, please check it here. For filter output dot value, if you give this area of items will be passed. So within the array of items, you can see what we have. Area of items also will have this only, team, okay. 1 second. You can see the filter output. If you see filter out, this is a filter output also same, right? See, get metadata output I'm removing from here. I'm putting a filter output. So value, so we passed value means it is giving the, it has given all these items to the for each will give the one by one item. So from this item I need to take this file. How to take this file from this item dot name. So now you can see what I'll be doing. Go inside for each. First you need to use a copy activity. Correct? Click on the copy activity now. Source is external, that is ls underscore adls updated. This is the one which I need to use. Now browse it, select global, and the file names we need to select. How to select the file name? Item dot name. Item dot name. For each will give the file name. Clear all of you? I will be using a binary because extension can be anything. India file can be a Excel. Maybe US file can be XML. That's why any file we have. So any type of file I want to copy. That's why binary. Destination is within a workspace. I have a lake house. The lake house is this. Within this lake house, under files section, I want to copy the data. So here, okay, very carefully observe what I'm doing. Very, very careful. Very carefully observe. Concat. Here also I'll be creating global slash India, US, UK. So country folder I want to create, but how to get the country name? So that's why item dot name, file name I'll be passing here. From this file name, okay, that file name I'll be doing a splitting the file name based on underscore. When you split the file name based on underscore, what it will give, Tim? What it will give? Tell me. It will split the this file with India is the first item, state is the second item, table name is the third item, and extension is the fourth item. Correct? So now out of this, once I split it, so from this I'll be taking a first. First is also there. If you take first, what will happen? You know, if you take a first, so first item after splitting first item is a country. That country it will give. Okay, that's how global slash country folder I am creating. Under that country folder, see slash I'm using. Under that country folder, I want to give the file name as it is. File name I'm giving as it is. Clear all of you? Okay. Now click OK. Oh, 1 second. Here, leave it like this. I'm just giving global slash. This will give you what, Tim? This will give the country name. Correct item dot name. From that I have splitted and taking the first item. Now I want to give the file name. Here I will give the file name item dot name. Are you all clear till here? Okay. So let me debug till here. Okay. Now we can see here it filtered and it returned around a 4 files. So India, UK, US files. Now so it copied the first file, I think. Second file is going to copy. Okay, one by one file is copying. Let me do one thing. Let's open fabric.microsoft.com in the new tab. Go into data factory. Go to workspace, my workspace. Click on lakehouse and see how the folder structures are getting created, how the files are loading. Under global, you can see India, UK is loaded. Under India folder, two India files came. Under UK, UK file came. Okay, now US file also will come very soon. Now you see under US folder, US file also loaded. Now everybody is clear, right? Anybody have any doubt? Please let me know till here. If anybody have any doubt, please let me know.
Sir, when we taken this one, it will go to that each time to that folders and picking up the files, or it is going to be saving into a memory and then process inside that activity. That
No, no, no.
activity is not.
Every time it will go to the source folder and it will pick the respective file.
Then it is going to be a lot of time we are going to consuming the files, right? If it is a less files, it's fine. If it is a more million size wise and the count wise, it is more. The
Hmm.
efficiency, how can we get the performance?
No, how you will improve the performance?
So
What
basically,
is that memory you are saying? I am not getting. Holding it in the memory is what? It is not a
okay, see,
data transformation. So when you are doing the data transformation, maybe when you have done a complex data transformation, that result you need to keep it in the memory. So when you are using this result in the next transformation, instead of going and reading from the source, it is going to read it from the memory, so that we no need to do the recalculation. But this is simple copy. Why you will store it in memory? You are see you what I have observed, Sam. You are all the things you are bringing is Python, PySpark things you are mixing with the data pipelines. You need to understand when you need to use the memory concept. Memory concept you need to use when you have performed a data transformation. For example, two tables, very big tables you have joined. That result you will be using to add a new column. That result you are using to do the duplicate, sorry, maybe you are taking that result for null check, you are taking the same result for time format checks, you are taking same results for, maybe you can say, some key validations. So now what happens is same result again and again you are using. Now if you are not storing that result in the memory, every time whenever you are performing a null checks, date format checks, or key validations and all, every time it has to hit the source. Once it bring the data from the source, it has to do the data transformation like join, then only it can provide the result. But in case if you can able to store the join result in the memory, it will avoid reading data from the source and joining these two data sets. This particular two steps you can able to avoid, that will improve the performance. But here this is a just a copy. Here you are not going to keep anything in the memory. Okay.
got it, clarified, sir. Thank you.
So now let me ask you a question. Now I told you filter out the Australia records. But let's say the condition is along with Australia, you also need to filter out for UK records. I don't want to copy the UK records also. So what modifications you will do in this pipeline to achieve this particular scenario? I want to filter out Australia and the US, both the country data I don't want. I want only US and the India. Sorry, UK and India. I don't want US and Australia. I want only India and UK files. Tell me from your knowledge what modification you will do in this pipeline to achieve this.
In filter activity, we are going to write it settings. We have given already Australia, right?
Yes.
Filter.
Yes. Okay. Here you will write a condition.
Yeah.
How you will write the condition?
So start with item dot this one. And we can write it and also, right, sir? Here,
Yes.
and that
So
percentage
no, don't use the and. Okay. You need to
contains.
use a, one second, let me think. If you use a or condition, what is going to happen is here you will put a Australia. Okay. uh, Except Australia you are taking, right? So except Australia you are taking. So this is giving the false for the Australia. Now what you need to do, end condition. For example, if you put here end condition and false if you have used, if it is Australia, here it is a false and there it is a true. Yeah. So you have to use a um, one second. You are, because normally if you see end condition, if you use, what is going to happen is both to satisfy the condition, then only it is, if both are true means then only it will be true. If one is false means everything is a false, correct? I think you need to use a end condition or condition. If you use, what happens is, if this is Australia file came, okay, and if it is a UK file, Australia file is matched, but if it is what happens is Australia will become a false and UK will become a true. So in such cases, what happens, overall condition will become a true, because our condition either one is a true means overall condition is a true. Okay, I hope everybody aware, right? So for example, true or true, it will be a true, correct? True or false is what? True, correct? True, false or true, true, correct in our condition.
Correct.
False or false, it is false.
False.
When it comes to the end, true and true is true. True and false is false, and true is false, and false is. So now what happens is, if you see, we will not have, yeah, we may have most of the, like, see for example, when you consider a India file came, when India file came, Australia false and UK also false, so overall it is a false. So what happens is, yeah, we are making there, it is a false, right? False into false. Yeah. So when the India file came, what we are doing, we will make it as a true, because here we are using not condition, right? So normally this will return starts with Australia means true, but we are making it as a false, meaning when you get a Australia file, it will become a false. Okay. And one more condition I need to write here, right? Because R and what is the other country that we are looking for is UK. Okay, let me give you more clarity now. Now, hopefully, you will get more clarity now. One second. Yeah. Okay. Now let's analyze one by one team. Let's say first time India file came. So is it India file came means, is it starting with Australia? No. So here the condition is a false. If the condition is false means we are making it as a true. Okay, the first one is true. So second one is also true because it is not a UK, right? So true and true is true. So this particular file will be passed to the, this particular file will be passed to the output. Let's consider US. Starts with the US? No. So this is a false, but we are returning it as a true because not we are using. Here also it is not a US, so it will become a true. True and true is true. Now let's consider a Australia file came. Starts with Australia, yes. Condition is satisfied. This is what? This is what in true. But I am returning what? False. This is a, I am returning it as a false. But here, this is a true. It is not starting with the UK. So this is a false, this is a true. In end condition, what happens if it is a false and a true? It will be a false. So that's why this particular Australia file will not come into the output. Same goes for the UK. I hope everybody understood this example. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear or yeah. Now click OK. Okay, now let's test it. No need to make any other changes. This is enough. Okay, so the third copy activity is also succeeded. Okay, I think everything is succeeded because if you see filtered files, we have given total 5, but only 3 came out, India and US. Okay, India and US files only came. Okay, we filtered out there Australia and UK. Except Australia and UK, all other files came to. Okay, so this is how we need to filter the 1 or 2 countries. Except 1 or 2 country files, if you want, you can able to do. Similarly, if you want 1 or 2 country files only, you can also put here only those country names. Either you can accept it, or you can able to accept it. If you want to accept 2 countries, if you want all other country data, you can get it. If you want to accept 1 or 2 countries data, you can also accept the 1 or 2 countries data. Now what is happening once the data is copied? Still the data is available in the data. Like if you see within the container under global, if you see the still the data is available. Now what we wanted to do is very simple team. Okay, this is the final step. Once the data is copied, I want to delete that particular data. Come to activities, search here for delete activity. Once the data is copied from source to destination, source side I want to delete it. Source is external. What is that? Data. So ls underscore adls, ls underscore adls updated one. In this global is the container. What is the file name? Item dot name is the file name. Whatever files I am copying from source to destination, those files I want to delete it. So do you want to capture the logs, which files are deleted and the logging I don't want, you can uncheck this. Okay, I want to delete the files that I am copied. So now let's go to the sync lakehouse. You can refresh it. You will be able to see the India and US. Why India and US? Because UK and Australia records we have filtered. Now I am deleting once again this global container. Now what is going to happen? We are basically except Australia and UK, all other files we are copying. So meaning India, US files we are copying into lakehouse. Once the data is copied into lakehouse, the files will be deleted from the data lake. Okay, let's see that. Okay, you can see one of the file is basically copied now here. So let's see what is the file which it copied. India, under India Karnataka prod.csv, right? But if you see this file here, you refresh this, that file is gone. India Karnataka underscore prod.csv file is deleted. Similarly, second file it is copying. Okay, second file which it copied is, you can see here, I think within a India folder, Telangana file is copied. Now that file will be deleted from the data lake. Let's refresh this and see. You can see that Telangana file is deleted. Now US file will be copied. Let's go to data factory. Okay, the third copy activity is copying the US file. Okay, so I think third copy activity is also succeeded. If you see global, refresh it, you can see US folder. Under US folder you can see US underscore abc cust.csv, and that file will be deleted from ADLS. You can see that file is deleted. That's it, because this Australia UK files we are not taking up. Okay, so the overall pipeline is also succeeded, team. Yeah, that's it, team, for today. Please let me know if you have any questions. Any questions, team?
I'm good, sir.
Okay, if no questions, then thank you all. That's it.